Freedom Planet 2 is an exhilarating platformer that truly captivates from the first level. Its vibrant art style and fluid animations bring the characters to life, while the fast-paced gameplay keeps adrenaline high. The soundtrack perfectly complements the action, making every moment feel epic. Boss battles offer a satisfying challenge without feeling unfair. The story has more depth than expected, adding emotional weight to the adventure. This sequel confidently raises the bar, offering hours of engaging, joyful play for fans of classic side-scrollers.
Tend to your farm while growing crops and caring for animals.
Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar brings a warm, engaging rhythm to farm life and weekly market events. The Bazaar system adds meaningful purpose to each cycle, encouraging careful planning as crops are grown, items are crafted, and goods are arranged for eager visitors. The residents feel inviting, and the steady mix of daily tasks creates a relaxing sense of flow. Its gentle pace, cozy setting, and rewarding progression build a pleasant feeling of growth, making every in-game day satisfying to return to and enjoy. Rune Factory 5 is a cozy mix of farming, dungeon crawling, and relationship building that feels both laid back and rewarding. Combat is smooth enough to stay engaging, while daily life tasks give a strong sense of progression. The characters are distinct and memorable, with dialogue that adds personality to each encounter. While the visuals lean more functional than flashy, the world feels alive and worth exploring. A relaxing adventure that grows better with time and care, like the crops it encourages planting. Rune Factory 3 Special creates a relaxing rhythm of life and adventure where farming, friendships, and dungeon crawling naturally fall into place. The refreshed visuals and improved mechanics bring new life to a beloved classic, while the whimsical world and cast remain as endearing as ever. Combat feels smooth, and daily routines are satisfying without becoming repetitive. A welcome return that rewards patience, curiosity, and a love for lighthearted fantasy woven into everyday moments. Story of Seasons, a wonderful life charms with its heartfelt pacing and timeless rural setting. From raising animals to nurturing relationships, every day feels meaningful and rewarding. The visuals are soft and warm, matching the cozy atmosphere perfectly. The characters grow with the seasons, creating a real sense of connection and progress. Farming, fishing, and exploring never feel rushed, encouraging players to relax and enjoy the rhythm of nature. A comforting game that rewards patience and care with lasting joy. Terraformers is a captivating colony builder that challenges you to turn Mars into a thriving community. The strategic depth is amazing, necessitating meticulous resource management, urban design, and terraforming decisions. Every option seems significant, whether building communities or controlling oxygen levels. The turn-based gameplay is enjoyable, providing a balance of long-term planning and instant problem-solving. Visually, the sleek UI and planetary intricacies enhance the immersion. If you appreciate city building with a significant strategic component, this game is rewarding and addicting. Kaiju Wars is a superbly designed turn-based strategy game that evokes the excitement of vintage monster films. Playing as the underdog military against overwhelming kaiju results in intense strategic conflicts in which every action matters. The pixel art design exudes charm, and the game's comedy keeps things cheerful despite the impending disaster. Customizable troops and unexpected monster behavior keep each combat interesting. The campaign provides plenty of variety, and the challenge keeps you interested. If you enjoy strategy games and giant monsters, this is a unique and rewarding game. As the wind lead the pupils, a tribe on a journey to the center of the world. oversee their resources, buildings, and well-being while cultivating their understanding via activities such as agriculture, crafts, scientific investigation, and mystical research. Manage the tribe properly to avoid famine and calamities. Create the best route to the eye, uncover ancient riches, gather resources, build shelters, and escape before the flood takes them. Improve skills, improve structures, and develop knowledge via a job system. Embark on a peaceful trip with no enemies, utilizing the roguelike tribal structure. Islanders New Shores is a peaceful, minimalist city-building game that rewards creativity over complexity. Its vibrant visuals and calming soundtrack create an almost meditative experience. The gameplay loop is addictive in the best way. Placing buildings strategically to maximize points feels both satisfying and relaxing. With no pressure or time limits, each island feels like a fresh puzzle waiting to be solved. It's a beautifully simple game that manages to offer surprising depth with every new shore discovered and settled. Quest of Dungeons is a turn-based dungeon crawler with 16-bit graphics. Players must overcome the terrifying Dark Lord, who has stolen all of the world's light. They can be a warrior, wizard, assassin, or shaman, and they must navigate dangerous dungeons, combat powerful adversaries, and collect important loot. The game's generative design ensures that no two playthroughs are the same, providing limitless possibilities and difficulties. Players may expect boss encounters, objectives, and varying difficulty levels.
The ashes of the air.
Beneath Oresa impresses with its striking comic book art style and fluid tactical combat. The blend of deck building and strategic positioning adds a refreshing twist to roguelike mechanics. Each run feels rewarding, with meaningful choices and engaging synergies between heroes and cards. The animations are smooth, and the enemy designs stand out with unique flair. Exploration feels tense yet satisfying, maintaining momentum throughout. It presents a polished, challenging experience that keeps players coming back. A must-play for fans of stylish, strategy-driven action.
Ultimately.
In Dungeons 3 Nintendo Switch Edition, players must create an astonishing subterranean dungeon and gather a scary army of monsters such as orcs, succubi, and zombies. The game is accessible in both docked and portable modes. Under new leadership, players must steer the combined forces of evil, led by the malicious Empress Thalia, to triumphant victory. The game includes 20 difficult missions and about 20 hours of gameplay. Players may also enjoy a variety of skirmish settings, as well as a swarm of monsters and creatures with distinct skills. Warhammer 40,000 is an immersive turn-based tactical game in which you command the Adeptus Mechanicus, the Imperium's most sophisticated army. With over 50 missions to complete, each with its own set of obstacles, your decisions and actions influence the fate of your warriors. The Heretic DLC missions add complexity to the game by pitting you against heretical forces and tainted technology. The game has spectacular visuals, intense gameplay, and an engrossing storyline, giving it an unrivaled experience for Warhammer 40,000 aficionados. Trinity Trigger is an action role-playing game that combines nostalgia for classic RPGs from the 1990s with a modern emphasis on fast-paced, customizable battle systems. Scion, Elise, and Xantus embark on a mission to save Trinicia from imminent disaster. Along with triggers, players may move between characters and create their own fighting techniques. They must travel hazardous dungeons within towering armor buildings, discover Trinicia's mysterious mysteries, and use the weapon wheel to shift the tide of battle. The game provides an accessible and enjoyable experience for gamers of all ages. Y's Memoire, The Oath in Felghana bursts with vibrant action and a fast-paced combat system that's both accessible and satisfying. The remastered visuals shine with rich detail, and the soundtrack is an absolute standout, soaring, intense, and memorable. Adel's journey feels epic yet personal, with snappy pacing and a sense of momentum that rarely falters. Boss battles are challenging without being unfair, and progression feels rewarding throughout. A fantastic remaster that respects its legacy while feeling fresh and energetic every step of the way. Silent Hope shines with its atmospheric world and satisfying dungeon crawling loop. Each character brings unique combat styles, encouraging experimentation and smart strategy. The visual design is vibrant, and the soundtrack enhances the sense of mystery without overwhelming. Crafting and upgrading gear adds depth, keeping progression engaging. Story beats unfold at a steady pace, rewarding curiosity with rich lore. A solid adventure that quietly grows more engaging the deeper it goes, making every return trip to the Abyss feel worthwhile. AKIBA'S trip Hellbound and Debriefed offers a fresh take on urban action RPGs with its quirky vampire hunting storyline and vibrant setting. The gameplay is engaging, mixing fast-paced combat with unique mechanics that keep players hooked. Character designs are charming and the humor adds a lighthearted touch without feeling forced. Exploring the city is enjoyable, filled with hidden details and lively NPCs. Fans of stylish, narrative-driven games will find plenty to appreciate in this energetic and imaginative title. Concord, the Guardian of the Grove, is entrusted with bringing a split society together to confront the invading rot and rebuild their home. With the help of pals Elderberry, Rana, and Fuji, they must overcome obstacles and persuade locals to join the restoration effort. They must defend their pals, acquire resources, and promote community collaboration. By directing Concord, players may gain community trust by providing aid and getting support in return. The game invites players to admire nature's beauty, grow gardens and libraries, and interact with endearing characters. Ordinary people are invited to turn into incredible heroes at a resort, but as a committed employee, you must guide these heroes through the theme park's dungeons. To ensure their survival, you must design plans, repair weapons, and manage things. Assemble a cast of over 20 oddballs, including knights, phantom thieves, and high school girls. You'll meet a variety of co-workers along the way, including mascots, snails, selfie-obsessed skeletons, and magical broccoli. Pineheart's Caravan Park is a passionate game in which players travel around the park's gorgeous pathways and waterways. Players can uncover valuable items and memories from Tyke's upbringing while meeting new people and unlocking talents. The game explores themes of love, life, memory, and family, with a particular emphasis on the loss of a loved one. It combines RPG-style item progression with Souls-style level design, prioritizing puzzles over combat. Pinehearts is intended to be user-friendly with simpler controls, text resizing, and complete controller remapping. Blaster Master 02 is a retro-inspired gem that brilliantly blends side-scrolling action with top-down exploration. The controls are tight, the pixel art is vibrant, and the soundtrack pulses with nostalgic energy. Each planet offers unique challenges and keeps the gameplay fresh and exciting. The story builds nicely on the original, with clever writing and character moments that add charm. It's a satisfying adventure with just the right balance of difficulty and discovery, making it an absolute blast from start to finish. Azure Striker Gunvolt 3 is the latest entry to the Gunvolt series, providing an immersive experience that combines an intriguing storyline with intense gameplay. Players may switch between Kirin and Gunvolt to go through several stages and face dangerous adversaries. The game has story mode, which allows players to immerse themselves in the thrill. Image pulses, collectible summons, and equipment formed from Gunvolt's memories are introduced with over 150 different types to acquire. The game has gorgeous visuals and astounding effects.
Switch your power into overdrive with the brake shift.
Gunvolt Chronicles, Luminous Avenger X2 delivers exhilarating side-scrolling action with razor-sharp controls and a satisfying combat loop. The combat feels razor-sharp, with satisfying weapon upgrades and flashy abilities that keep battles exciting. Enemy variety keeps encounters fresh, while the level design encourages skillful movement and clever use of powers. Boss fights are intense and demand quick thinking, rewarding mastery with spectacular payoffs. The energetic soundtrack fuels the momentum, and the crisp visuals give every stage its own identity.
His home world. They were known as the
Dragon Marked for Death is a 2D action role-playing game in which players can select between the Empress and the Warrior. To acquire strength, players must make a deal with Astral Dragon Atruum. They must perform a variety of adventures to improve their reputation and face problems like as defending ship passengers, finding riches, and rescuing princesses. Players may pick from 4 different characters and go through stages to get experience points. They may also work with up to 4 other players in cooperative multiplayer mode or online. Strategic cooperation can result in improved outcomes.
stun enemies and eliminate obstacles. His basic attack is a photon laser gun.
In this fast-paced 2D action game, the hero, Copen, utilizes his Bullite Dash to fly across stages without hitting the ground. Players can obtain X-weapons from bosses, each having a unique ability known as a Septima that fuels their particular abilities. Copen's companion robot Lola replicates similar Septimas and provides him with a new armory of weaponry. A wide range of abilities enable players of various skill levels to flourish. When Copen's health hits 0, his partner Lola revives him in a powered condition.
The history of the butterfly.
Buried Stars is a gripping visual novel that keeps tension high with its mix of mystery and social deduction. Set inside a collapsed stage during a survival audition show, the game's strong character writing and branching dialogue choices keep every interaction meaningful. Striking art direction and an atmospheric soundtrack deepen the sense of isolation and urgency. Every decision feels weighty, with multiple endings that reward replay. It's an engaging and thought-provoking journey through trust, lies, and the consequences of every word spoken. Card-en-Ciel is a roguelite card battle RPG with over 300 unique cards. Players can explore over 10 different dungeons representing various gaming worlds, gathering characters and creating unique combos. Each card represents a character that is fully voiced and interacts with the player. The game has dynamic muses with 50 distinct songs that enhance gameplay. Players can unlock an additional 10 difficulty levels, which increase enemy strength and introduce new rules. Aside from the story mode, players can compete in real-time PvP combat or daily dungeons to climb the online leaderboards.
Use multiple powerful muse abilities.
Umbraclaw is a gripping game that takes players on a journey through life and death, beginning with the unfortunate death of a house cat named Kuan. Kuan is a dainty kitty who finds herself in the Soul Plane, exploring the perilous underworld through gorgeous hand-drawn art. Each step is laden with peril since a single hit might result in instant death. However, the power of Anime Revive gives her a second chance, allowing her to gain strength and conquer obstacles. Kuan's fate is linked to the decisions made by both her and the player. YOHANE, the Parhelion blaze in the deep blue, transforms dungeon exploration into a mesmerizing journey, combining crisp combat with inventive platforming. Each area feels distinct, filled with clever enemy patterns and rewarding secrets. The art direction bursts with personality, while the atmospheric soundtrack heightens the sense of adventure. Progression is engaging, with upgrades and abilities that feel meaningful and satisfying to earn. This underwater odyssey radiates creativity and keeps curiosity alive with every step into its mysterious depths. Blaster Master 03 is the next episode in the Jason Saga series, with an exciting mix of side-scrolling and top-down action. Players will go on an exciting mission to save Eve on the planet Sophia. pitting themselves against the deadly Sophia Force. The novel VRV system, as well as expanded gameplay elements like as the dual SP gauge system and multi-counter system, provide for a thrilling and intense experience. The game offers an exceptional gaming experience with its magnificent graphics, vibrant music, and intriguing gameplay mechanics. The game presents a more expansive and immersive environment, and it incorporates characters from many realms, like Gunvolt and Beck. The game mechanics have been completely revamped, with various new improvements like as a rich character customization system, the burst combo system, and the dowsing ability, which activates the HD rumble function as players approach hidden goods or regions. The traditional pixel visuals have been redesigned to blur the lines between 8-bit and 16-bit, transporting gamers back to the nostalgic appeal of the golden age of 2D action games.
Zangetsu, a sword-wielding...
Curse of the Moon 2 is an exciting game that combines traditional 2D action and 8-bit graphics and new gameplay features. Players take on the role of Zangetsu, a great swordsman from the Far East who battles demons and alchemists. He joins a wide group of personalities along the way, including Exorcist Dominique. 3 new playable characters are introduced in the game, and all original characters are accessible for players to handle. Curse of the Moon 2 introduces 2-player local co-op for the first time in the series.
Begins anew.
Bloodstained Curse of the Moon captures the magic of retro gaming with stunning precision and heart. Every pixel feels like a love letter to the golden era of side-scrollers, yet it brings enough modern polish to feel fresh and exciting. The multiple playable characters add layers of strategy and replayability, while the intense boss battles demand quick thinking and sharp reflexes. Its haunting soundtrack and moody atmosphere pull players deep into its world, a brilliant tribute that stands proudly on its own, delivering pure nostalgic joy. Saga of the Moon Priestess is a vintage top-down action-adventure game inspired by 8-bit and 16-bit classics. Oresa is tasked with rescuing a prince who has been kidnapped by an unknown individual. With her spear and the ability to connect with the goddess of the moon, she battles fearsome opponents and navigates frightening dungeons. The game includes 5 large dungeons, 7 life containers, 15 unique items, and numerous monsters. Players may explore the environment of Lunaria, master the spear, manage equipment, collect health enhancements, and use pebbles as improvised weapons.
Roll!
Divine Dynamo Flamefrit is a 2D action game based on old games and anime. In intense first-person boss battles, players take on the role of Yutu, a heroic protagonist who controls the alluring robot Flamefrit. Players can wield swords, dodge oncoming strikes, and summon companions into battle. The game is a classic fantasy adventure with a shift in perspective during boss encounters and a first-person viewpoint. Players can recruit Divine Dynamos for strong attacks and allies to improve their battle abilities. Layla wraps its unique style around a surreal world that feels both eerie and dreamlike. With simple controls and lo-fi visuals, it leans into atmosphere more than action, letting the tone speak louder than mechanics. The soundtrack hums with a nostalgic haze, pushing a quiet sense of mystery forward. Pacing stays deliberate, keeping players curious without rushing. There's something subtly hypnotic here, where even the smallest moments feel deliberate. A quiet, strange journey that lingers long after the screen fades to black. Gal Guardian's Demon Purge delivers a stylish, retro-inspired action platformer with a satisfying blend of challenge and charm. The dual sister mechanic adds strategic depth, allowing seamless character swapping to tackle enemies and puzzles in creative ways. Pixel art visuals shine with vibrant detail, and the soundtrack captures that nostalgic energy fans crave. Combat feels tight and rewarding, especially during boss fights that demand quick reflexes. A refreshing mix of modern design and classic gameplay, it's a thrilling ride from start to finish with plenty of replay value. Tiny Pixels Volume 1 Ninpo Blast is a classic vertical shoot-'em-up game in which players fight legendary bug enemies with shuriken, explosives, and other weaponry. Players may use spread and concentrate shooting modes, unlock 4 hover bikes, collect cash, and upgrade their guns. Each stage has randomized components, original background music, and different themed levels. Players can face 6 different boss varieties and compete on internet leaderboards. The game includes bullet hell courses with bug enemies, simple switching between focus and spread shot modes.
Farmers. We plant seeds to create.
Farmagia is a delightful blend of monster raising and farming, presented in a vibrant anime style. You play as Ten, a young mage who trains magical creatures to fight and tend to his farm. The battle is surprisingly sophisticated, since various species have distinct powers that affect both conflicts and farming. While the fundamental gameplay loop is addicting, resource management might seem a bit boring. The plot is playful yet interesting, and the bright images bring the scenario to life. If you like games like Rune Factory, this is worth a look.
Your power!
Believe in your Melon Journey Bittersweet Memories is a narrative-driven adventure game that takes place in a pixel art realm full with eccentric people and lawbreakers. Players take on the role of Honeydew, a factory worker at a melon soda company looking for her lost best buddy. The game delves into the town's underbelly, requiring observational skills and fast thinking to understand the plot. The game's characters are quirky and have complicated backgrounds, each with their own distinct variations and sometimes tragic pasts. The game has a compelling jazzy lo-fi music. Discover the Gunvolt series legendary songs in a new light with Azure Striker Gunvolt, which stars Lumen, Lola, and Luxia. To achieve a high score, choose from 15 songs and follow the notes to a pulsing pace. Match the movements of figures dancing in 3D backdrops using buttons and joysticks. With the integrated sound player, you may listen to full-length Muse's vocal recordings and construct your own listening mix using the repeat and playlist capabilities. The Muses provide a touch of beauty and charm to the game.